I could not go live. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was trying to work against us, but I said a prayer and I set the intentions because I know that someone's going to get something out of this, and I feel like it's a subject that we avoid. We see little things about it, but acknowledging that you went through something traumatic as abuse from a narcissist, can be difficult to acknowledge. So I'm going to start the group off, and I'm going to give people a few minutes to come in. I'm also going to leave some room, as I usually always do, like if you guys have anything to say. But if there's a narcissistic abuse story you want to share, please do, because a lot of people are trying to figure out ways how to cope from these things and to find healthy coping mechanisms, and it's a very difficult thing to go through. Hi, Renee. So I'm going to take a few deep breaths because your breath is your form of self love, and reminding yourself that it's okay to be present and it's okay to relax. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths. So one more. Okay. I'm gonna get started, and I do these videos live, so if you're rewatching it, that's why I'm kind of was waiting for people to come in. But whoever's here is here, and whoever needs to watch it later will. Um, I wanted to start off by saying that a narcissist's goal is to break your spirit. It is so difficult to recover because so much comes along with it. Break your self esteem. They trigger areas of abandonment or low self worth that you didn't even realize existed, because they know how to dig up the pain and really make you feel addicted to wanting to please them. They're very good at manipulation. And so it's very difficult to recover from that. Some people deal with narcissistic relationships with a spouse, and others deal with narcissistic parents. And no matter how you have encountered a narcissist, I'm sorry that you've had to go through that. And I hope you're working on your healing, because you are worth it. I wrote out a few things. Steps to healing from narcissistic abuse that have helped me is grounding techniques, self-soothing, because it targets any type of abandonment you may feel. Um, because the narcissist pulls away and knows kind of how to trick you, there is a sense of abandonment and pain that you end up feeling, even though they were your abuser. So definitely allowing yourself to grieve within any type of healing and acknowledging how you feel. Don't go around or be around anyone who is going to make you feel who's going to make you feel bad about healing, who's going to make you feel like your feelings aren't valid, or who's going to make you feel like, oh, well, it's no big deal, or that's so and so to you, or that's your husband or your wife or your mother or father. Nah, there's no excuse for any type of narcissistic abuse. And so if you have to eliminate everybody you've been around your whole life, That's what you have to do to survive, right? So some self-soothing techniques, definitely grounding, going outside, getting in nature. But if you can't go outside, take, self-care, a tub. I hug myself when I'm really feeling, and isn't it so crazy that affection, like we're at like an all-time high of people really discussing and talking about self-love, but it's so crazy that nurturing ourselves was so shunned upon at some point. Like, I hug myself, I embrace myself, whatever I need to do for myself to make myself feel better, I do. So I'm really in a process of falling in love with myself for the first time in my life, so it's never too late. Also, when you're going through some type of healing with narcissistic abuse, it is so important to remember that it is not your job to handle karma. And that can be really difficult when someone inflicts pain on you, but it is not your job to repay anyone. Believe me, you will drive yourself crazy trying to do something like that. And all you're going to do is really kind of make them happy. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you have to fully cut them off. And if you have children with a narcissist, you have to have serious boundaries. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Like, you don't just draw a line in the sand. You pour quicksand, you put an alligator around that line, flaming torches, anything you need to keep your boundaries strong. You have to be very serious, and you don't allow, there's no sympathy when it comes to them. They don't have any sympathy for you. They're very good at manipulation, so it's really like, it's difficult to get through. Also, you have to, a lot of situations with endings with a narcissist, you have to create closure. That's usually how it goes. And even saying that, you see how I was just like, like breathing like that, like that realization for me at times, because it's not about, and that's why I had brought up the whole karma thing. It's not about how things are going to work out for them. It's about saving yourself. That has to be your main objective. That has to be your main goal when you get out of a narcissistic situation or pulling yourself away from it. Not worrying about what's going to happen with them. They're going to target their next victim. They're going to figure out how to replace you in this grand scheme of Broadway plays that they're putting on and replace you with a different actor. So really, it's such a reward and a blessing when the narcissist can't get to you anymore. When they start to pull back, and although it's difficult, it's because they know that you can't fit into that anymore. That means you're evolving and you're growing past them. Does anyone have any stories or anything they'd like to share about this that may be able to help someone else? I know someone does. What else did I write? Oh, what did you do? You recently received a birthday gift from a narcissistic ex-husband. What did you do with the gift? And how'd you handle it? He waited for me to reply with a thank you. He wanted that attention. Oh, yes. Good. Go, Kelly. You ignored it. And they hate that. They feed off of your reaction. They feed off of anything from you. I opened it and looked at it and put it back in the box. Good. Siobhan said that her ex-husband did that the first year of separation. My daughter's father is trying to connect with me on another level. He finally couldn't stand it. He asked my son if I received it. Yeah, no, not original at all. Did your son respond to him? And they're so annoying with that with kids because it's so difficult having a child with one. You know, I do not communicate at all about on it. Yes. What are some of the tips? What are some of the things you guys have learned in dealing with a narcissist? And self-soothing, by the way, is not escaping. I feel like whatever you have to do for you. Then yesterday I got 4 photos for him that were of me. Oh gosh. You need to help him manifest a new actress in his play. Somebody to take his attention. They're so annoying. My reaction makes or breaks my day. Such a good point. Such a good point. Staying in your peace, standing in your power, and roll your eyes is a release sometimes. Sometimes you have to give a good, like, sometimes you have to breathe. Sometimes you have to energetically kind of curse them out and be like, like say whatever you need to say to them energetically or whatever, or just and try not to even do that too much because then you don't want to give them too much energy, but in the process of it, sometimes you need that release. I've done it. I've definitely done it. And it's true, your reaction makes or breaks your day because that's the whole goal, like them bringing you out of your peace. I used to get a stomach ache thinking of how I was going to respond. When I learned it was okay to ignore him, I realized I didn't have a stomach ache anymore. Exactly. About to be a year from when the Most High removed my narcissistic abuser from my life. That's beautiful. He used to send me photos of himself saying they were for our daughter. Yeah, like... At this point, I'm not. I'm laughing because when you get to a point, guys, and I feel like everyone has been away from their abuser for quite some time, and if you haven't, stay encouraged by this video and this chat. Like, how pathetic is this? I remember mine would say to our daughter, "Oh, I lost weight, and I got this, and I'm doing this," and she's little. She'd be like, okay, like, wonderful. Who's that message for? Because nobody cares. I get it. I get it. It's difficult. But how you react, if you react at all, is a problem. It's been 6 years. He's still hanging on to maybe we will get back together. Boys graduate. I know what he's thinking because I know he's a narcissist. It's good that you're not really giving it much attention and that he had to reach out to your son. Let him live in that delusional world. You know, I'm not a professional at anything to diagnose or say, but the truth is, I don't know if a narcissist heals. I don't know. And it's not my problem, and I don't want to know. I don't want that to be my profession. I don't know. But I do know if you get away from one, you should never go back. This is not like a marriage that went wrong, or a relationship with a person that went wrong. A narcissist intentionally tears you down to break your spirit. You can become suicidal. You can be, so much self-doubt. It tears away at your body. Just removing certain energy from your life can really help you move forward and can help you feel better and everything. For a long, long time, I felt guilty that he was delusional. I felt like it was my problem. I kept trying to help him. Dude. that was my problem. Until I like really started working on my healing, I didn't even realize that I still felt an overwhelming sense of responsibility. Like like I didn't deserve to be treated right. They would have to accept and admit that there was a problem. Narcissists are never the problem. Everyone else in their minds. Exactly. Exactly. No, that you're never going to get. That's why I said create closure. That's why I wrote that down. Um, you can't heal if you keep contact, and you have to create closure. You have to end it. You have to go to a space. Once you grieve and you allow yourself to feel all these things, you have to go to a space within and come to peace and come to terms with it. You know, and you really have to, like, the narcissist, what helps me is like to not react is how much they feed off of the attention. So I kind of like, what helps me bring it back in is I visualize them as someone's badass 2-year-old kid at a store flipping out, or even a preteen. I wouldn't say a 2-year-old. I'm more patient with like little, like a preteen flipping out or being rude to their parent, and you're kind of just like, yuck. That's how you got to kind of view it. Yes, and even their immediate family members, yes, are enablers. I, I don't even know if they ever have, like, because there was a point I thought, don't they have someone around them checking them? No, they don't. That's the whole point. They cannot have someone around them checking them. They need, they need to know how great they are. Narcissists are politicians. Right. Exactly. I'm going to pull some cards on this for us. I want to say this, like, it's true, narcissists do drain you literally. I got diagnosed with rare blood disorder. Yep. No one wants all the secret truth. I tried telling his. Yeah, blood disorder, right. That's part of the reason I was on 13 medications. No one wants the truth. What are your tips for counterbalancing co-parenting with a narcissist? That's a great question. Thank you. Okay, so first of all, coming to terms and knowing that you are parallel parenting. So there is no co-parenting, right, with a narcissist. Coming to terms with the fact that possibly when there's major decisions about the child, you may be able to come to a little common ground. Maybe. And God willing, you have some type of court order or something that they can't like try to come at you with. But I would say my main tips are, if you don't have something in place with the courts and they're constantly giving you a hard time, you're going to have to, because if you can't avoid court with a narcissist when it comes to children, if you want them to pay support or anything like that, I only talk about the children. I do not reply. Yeah, exactly. You can't. So I would really say coming to terms with it, because it's really like I said, there's no co-parenting. You're parallel parenting. You're going to have to really make major decisions and kind of, have you ever heard like comedians or someone before they're acting or something, like when they're going to face a big audience and they're like, oh, visualize them naked or visualize a bunch of clowns, right? What you end up having to do is kind of visualizing them something that, like how I said, like a preteen acting up kind of thing, where I'm just kind of like, what? But really checking myself, knowing I can't expect a different type of behavior. I feel like it's mostly about you pulling yourself in. And I know that's kind of hard, and I know that sounds kind of broad. I don't know if it was helpful or not, but really, like, it really all comes back to you. You know, being realistic with yourself And it's okay to feel frustrated, and it's okay to feel like this is bullshit. I didn't sign up for parallel parenting and I don't want to, and it's annoying. You have to allow yourself to feel whatever emotions come up. You're not always going to be able to be present. Sometimes before I even am able to parallel parent, when I have to, I have to pull myself in. I have to kind of talk to myself, affirm certain things, and really go to a space within of visualizing, peace. Because there's really no, you know, you have to be, it has to be black and white, no gray area. And like I said, if you don't have anything with court, and if they're giving you a super difficult time, you definitely have to get something with the courts, because then they know, like, nah, you're not going to keep doing this with me. And they always miss you. And it's not because they love you. They don't. They don't even love themselves. They love feeding off of you. They love doing what they were able to do for you, from you, take from you. I love the feedback today, guys. But yeah, reminding yourself that it's parallel parenting and that you're not going to get but so far with them. That shit is annoying. Caring about the children was always fake. Oh yeah, they don't care about anyone. It's so true. Kelly, that's a great point. They really don't. And I feel like it's show. I mean, they don't care about anyone but themselves, or the act of what can make them feel better. And most of the time, they have a narcissistic parent themselves. That's great that they accept it. That's really good. That's difficult to come to terms with. Oh, he never asked about our kid. Ugh. Sometimes, so spiritually, right? And everyone watching this, best thing though was I did not talk badly about him. Me neither. Great point. Me neither. I'll even, like, something will be said and I'll listen. I hold space even when they're frustrated. But nah, you can't. You really can't. I mean, you can be realistic though. I think being realistic and saying, if they're like, oh, well, he said, or he's gonna do this, yeah, definitely hold space. Like, I'm realistic though. If it's like, well, he said, or this person said they're gonna do this or that, or they said, I'll say, really, does that sound correct? Or, well, we'll see if that happens, blah, blah, blah. Or, sometimes I'm quiet. But you know when to intervene, because you definitely don't want to hold it all back from your kids. But I think, like, as they get older, they see for themselves. So really just holding space and allowing them to figure that out. They always do. I can definitely tell you that. All right, so I'm going to just pull some cards for us too. They see for themselves, and yes, listen to them. Yeah, and you can even validate them. Like, yeah, you're not crazy. I empathize with with their frustrations many times. Yeah, oh yeah, my gosh. All right, so I really am loving these cards for us. Well, first of all, if you guys follow me on Instagram, sometimes I say, who do you think you're talking to? Well, that's true. Or, you know what's really good to say? What someone said to me? Being realistic with them. Like, one time I was explaining a story about a situation that happened that was done to me. And I was like, I cannot believe. And they were like, why can't you believe it? And I was like, what? They were like, I'm saying this in a loving way, but this was something I needed to hear a long time ago. Why can't you believe it? Why are you still surprised? I think accepting and allowing yourself to grieve and go through whatever you need to. Healing from a narcissist is basically going through a spiritual awakening, like in a way, like the intensity of it, where you have moments of bliss or where you're like, wow, 11, 11, 4, 4, 4, oh my God, alignment. And then there's times where you feel like you're dragging yourself out of a grave, where you feel like you're dying inside and everything's falling apart. And they're so good at manipulating that you end up having to get away from anyone you dealt with that deals with them or that dealt with both of you. Because they're so good at it, everyone ends up turning. Most people. And don't you think you need to look back and see who else was a narcissist in your life? That's when I realized a major truth in my life. Yes, I agree. I totally agree, Kelly. And before I get into these cards, everybody say one great thing you got from this experience. And I'm going to start. I felt it helped me fall in love with myself. It helped me find my truth. It helped me heal my body. I got off so many medications. If I wasn't treated this way, if all of these things, I found the blessing in it. I really did. Like, I'm in love with myself. I accept the good and the bad. I honor myself. I learned how to speak my truth. Yeah, I loved myself. Right. Right. That's so nice. I didn't. That's so great. Anybody else? What great thing you got? I talk to myself when I go to bed like I'm putting my little girl to bed. Oh, finding myself have a voice. Yes, and that goes back to like self-soothing, like nurturing yourself. It helped me stand firm with my boundaries and not feel guilt for choosing me. Look at you guys. You know what? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to pull a card for each of you individually. There's not too many people on here, so I'm going to make the time and pull a card individually for you guys because I'm so proud of us. I love you guys. I'm so proud of us. It's not easy getting to this point. It's not easy being committed to your healing. It's not easy putting one foot in front of the other sometimes. It's not easy oh man, I remember the severe depression I was in. Also, if you're at a point like where you are like trying to cope from narcissistic abuse, thank you. Thank you. I'm proud of you too. God bless you too. Thank you. Dude, I remember a time, I don't know if you guys have heard that song by Kesha, Praying. And if you haven't, you need to listen to it. Because I know everyone watching this can relate to that song. Renee, you guys are gonna make me cry. I remember at some point, and in the beginning of the song, she says, like, am I dead? Is this really like what I'm going through? How, why? And there's a point where you really feel that, like, my body changing, the medications, my two daughters, watching them suffer, losing my home, figuring out everything. Like for 9 months, I didn't have a car, having to balance everything out. Like just And those are briefings, man. Just a lot of different things happen in my life. A lot of people I thought were going to be there, it just wasn't. But it all was because I had to find me. And in the song she says, like basically she says, you almost had me fooled, told me that I was nothing without you. And after everything is done, I'm so thankful for how strong I have become. And you brought the flames and you took me to hell. I had to learn how to fight for myself, right? But she's so empowered in the song, and she speaks of like the now the best is yet to come, like how much she loves herself. And at some point she thought she was gonna die, and I relate to that so much, and I know you guys can, and we can do it, right? We can do it. We can bring like something great into our lives. I love that song. I used to listen to it every day. Girl, so did I. All right, so I'm gonna do cards. And I'm so sorry and surviving. It's the most important thing. Love yourself is the most. Okay. All right, so Kelly, you got a bad spirit. A rebirth is assured, Kelly. Look, because you stuck it through, because you kept fighting for you, because you love you and you learned to soothe yourself, you know this already, but confirmation, a rebirth is assured. Kelly, a rebirth is assured. You are coming into a beautiful time, a whole new you. You're going to, like, who was that? Oh, who are you talking about? Oh no, that's not me. I am Kelly. I am reborn. I'm amazing. Oh, Renee, please. So have you. So have you, mother hen. So have you. So have you. Okay. All right, so we'll do Renee. Renee, you got canary spirit. Sing your own song. So, yeah, we're all crying. This is good. Renee, sing your own song. I mean, this is a perfect card for you. You found your voice and not feeling guilty. And now it's your time, and what you're stepping into, and the energy and the animal, the spirit animal you're stepping into is the canary. You're finding your voice. You're standing in your power. And listen, guys, if you haven't, I'm not even joking, eczema, cracked skin, like my skin gets so dry and gross sometimes in the winter. What Renee has this amazing whipped shea, and it's not overly greasy, and it makes your body feel like silk. So I just wanted to say that. But yeah, Renee, you're finding your voice. You are doing amazing things, creating your new life songstress. All right, who else is in this chat that would like a card? Your ex is trying to come back. You're welcome. Meek! Meek, do you have anything to say? I'm going to pull your card. But do you have anything to share about narcissism? Because Meek is so powerful. And I so look forward to her sharing her voice. Meek, you got... Spirit is with us. You got the squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself. Okay? Your ex Like, believe in yourself. That's all you gotta do. Put one foot in front of the other. Like, yeah, like, do you even understand that spirit just needs you to put one foot in front of the other, just to take that leap? Do you even see how squirrels function and how they're bold and run across the street and make life happen? Cynthia, how did you overcome your blocks to get to the next level and step out of your normal day-to-day life? I went within. I invested in myself. I had went to counseling at some point, and then I stopped. And then I had a kind of mentor coach at some point for quite a few months. And then what really helped me, those things definitely helped me. Thank you. I've seen all of you grow as well. So I feel so blessed to be connected with such powerful, phenomenal souls, man. Like, you guys have no idea. Oh yeah. That helped a lot. Honestly, that helped me more than counseling. So I really went within, and like, there's so much divine guidance, and like to remove my blocks, my eating. I'm not even gonna lie, I say this all the time, but I stopped eating animal. That helped me a lot. You're taking on so much energy consuming these animals, and I ate meat my entire life. It's almost 2 years now that I haven't eaten meat and stuff. Like, I don't miss it. The first month was hard. That helped me a lot. Investing in yourself spiritually and cutting a bunch of people off. Like, that's what helps. That's what really helps. Who else is in the chat? Right, I feel a divine. Yes. Nutrition is a major key. If you feel guided, like, towards something or someone as far as getting you to that next level, there's so many spiritual teachers and stuff. Yes, Meek. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. And I used to love eating chicken. I do not miss it. I'm like, how did I even do that? Like, because you just feel so different. You're consuming so much energy from this stuff. Blocks your third eye. It does. I also eliminated a lot of people. I started spending a lot of time alone. I sat with my loneliness. But definitely invest in your spirituality. I'm reading on chakra clearing. Yes, Anise. Okay, let me pull one for you. Oh, dude, like, these animals don't want to die. You don't know if they're being torn away from their mother. You don't know what disease they're having, what they're spraying with this stuff. Everything is energy. So consuming something dead to stay alive, it doesn't mix. It doesn't. And even if you're going to take baby steps and kind of eat less and less, and that's how you do it, that's fine. You know what really helped me finally stick to it? My older daughter said, oh, you're not going to stick to it. And when she said that, I was like, but then I was like, you know what? She's right. Because I don't stick to a lot of things. I really don't stick to many things. So I had to check myself, and that was my motivation. And I'm glad. Thank you for saying that. Know your worth. Skunk spirit, know your worth. Don't settle for less. Knowing your worth can be difficult sometimes. We can walk around with confidence and stuff, but whenever you feel displaced or unhappy or out of alignment, you always have to bring it back to you. I had to do that recently with a situation that was reoccurring and I was getting frustrated with. I kind of had to check myself, because it really all, when you don't self-reflect, sorry, Oh, hey. When you do not self-reflect, you self-neglect. Because we attract certain things for a reason. And even the painful things, how we come out of it and what we get and how we learn from it is really everything. So you have to make sure you're bringing everything back to you and figuring out how you can move forward on something. Jocelyn, I'll pull a card for you. Who else? Siobhan, are you still in here? Right, the pain. Yes. Cut people off. Yes, know your worth. Believe in yourself. Guys, when you realize you're in your own lane, you realize and you stay in your own lane and you're not peeking to see what someone else is doing or worrying about everything else. Everything is divine timing. I never thought I would be at such a great space. I feel like I have a new lease on life in so many ways. At 40, I didn't think so. I was like, yeah, right. No, everything, society, everything could have told me different. Oh, you're this, you're that. No, 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 no. I I feel like I have a new lease on life and I am in my own lane and there is there's no potholes in my lane, there's no detours in my lane, there's no traffic, there's no accidents, there's no nothing in my lane. Nothing but clear skies and opportunities. What are you visualizing? What are you putting into place? That's right, Kelly. High five, high five, Kelly. Like new lease on life. Kids getting grown, toodaloo. Siobhan. All right, let me do one for Jocelyn. Yeah, that's my thing all the time. Toodaloo. Ant spirit, time to collaborate. A lot of times we put things in our own head or we feel like we have to do everything alone. And when I say you are in your own lane. So, but if you need to carpool sometimes, that's okay. So it's time to collaborate. Stop trying to do everything by yourself. If you have an idea, like talk to people, talk about how you can improve, talk about what you can do. You have no idea. Like we have a mass awakening going on. Opportunities and people are everywhere. You have to speak up. It's time to collaborate so that you can put the pieces together. Yeah, like sometimes you have to carpool. And that's okay. That's we need each other in certain ways. We can uplift each other. The right people, the right energy, your tribe will help you put the pieces together. Yes, and there's nothing wrong with carpooling, boo. You save gas, you save time. Ask the universe. You are a good manifester. Ask the universe. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, Siobhan. Hey, Troy. Oh, look at that. Which, by the way, I'll tag everybody on here if you guys don't follow each other. Thank you. I love you and your energy too. If you don't follow each other, I'll tag everyone that was on here, so you guys can interact. Like, I'm all for everyone growing and evolving. Remember, like, there's enough for everyone. Like, if we can help each other, let's do it. Rabbit spirit. Now is a lucky time. Now is the time to not just put one foot in front of the other, to attempt to do a flip, a forward flip. You are off to the races. Now is a lucky time, and it's time for you to believe in yourself. Well, let me just say this. I better not mean babies. I didn't want to say that. Did you see those little babies at the bottom? But if you're not trying to get pregnant this year, you better use some birth control, because, certain methods are just not going to work. I'm telling you right now, we're going through, let me explain something to you guys. We're going through a mass awakening, right? There are souls that want to come here and help. There are a lot. Well, you better get on that birth control if you're getting on anything else. You know what I'm saying? I feel a lot of pregnancy this year. Pregnancy out of everywhere. Okay? There is pregnancy. So if you don't want to get pregnant, you better figure out something. Okay? Yeah. So, yeah, get on birth control or figure out something. Well, I'm not even joking. I'm not trying to kill you. I swear. I see pregnancy a lot. There's so many souls trying to come. Everyone get these amazing cards. Yeah, yeah. Did I miss anybody? You were going to say something about the way the energy is not right now, but you lost your train of thought. Right. Okay, thank you. Kelly is paying attention. No, so we are in such a state of consciousness, and people are having mass awakenings and really acknowledging their power and how connected we really are. Sorry, my battery's low. And how connected we really are to God. We are in such a beautiful time. These babies that are coming into this world, as crazy as certain things are powerful. And believe me, they are shooting their shot. Self-inventory is mandatory. Exactly. They are shooting their shot. Okay? Yeah. They are, and they're not missing. So there are souls trying to get here. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Exactly, Meek. They are. They are the Michael Phelps of semen. Do you understand? Okay? This is why I'm saying pregnancy. I see it. I swear I see it. I swear they really are. Michael Phelps semen. That's what's swimming up in anybody that's intertwining with the divine masculine. Renee said, watch out. She said, hashtag pew pew. What? Ain't no pew pew. It's like a machine gun. Okay? It's a bunch of them going everywhere. Ba 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 ba. That's it. All right. I'm going to pull some healing cards for you guys. The catch of squirrel. The breast milk too. If you've breastfed, a machine gun. I'm dead serious. It ain't no water gun. No water gun. If you're not trying to get pregnant, because I'm telling you, Like, we need order. This is a new earth. We need to come together, and we need whoever is going to step up to step up. Like, we need this. So, yeah, you're good. Well, you better be real good and double up. My innards are gone. Thank you very much. The girls 225 are now getting pregnant. Well, okay. Well, if they're gone, you know. But listen. Are not gone? Oh, they're not. Oh, well. Who was it that got pregnant at 80 years old? Listen. You still have your innards. Okay. Well, good. Okay, good. You're not getting pregnant. Okay. You can have this baby then. Oh, look at this beautiful card we got, guys. Ascended Masters. Powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. We are really at a time where she doesn't want you to hold her baby. She wants to give it to you. That's what she's saying, Kelly. We are really at a time where we are so connected. If you aren't really feeling connected, do different things that connect you to spirit. If you can't get in nature, get in some water, take a tub, and put some rose petals in it, maybe some chamomile tea. Chamomile tea is very spiritual and powerful. Yeah, look at that. Look at all of us on that card. Right, Renee? Look at us. Look at that. And you know how they got there? They carpooled sometimes. They were in their own lane and they carpooled. I just dropped my mic. The next card we got is Visualize Success. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. I really did. Manifest. It is the time. We just had... Kelly, aren't you a Capricorn? We just had this new moon in Capricorn. The energy is still very present. But this energy, right? Exactly. And the solar eclipse is, I posted a card, the bear card, right? Really, whatever you've been manifesting, work is being done behind the scenes. Like, so you can still work on things, but you don't have to do much right now anymore. Like, you can, and you can put some magic into it. But I'm telling you, like, there's, like, we've been hearing it, but there's a shift in things coming faster now, like manifestation powers. Like, it's coming. Just see it. Sometimes when I'm stressed or overwhelmed, I'll close my eyes and visualize myself where I'm going to be, or on vacation with my children. I visualize myself literally, and sometimes I close my eyes and take the steps on the beach, you know? And watch, soon I'm gonna be like, girls, guess where I'm going? Yeah. Yes, visualize. It is. It really is. We've done a lot of work in 2018. Huge shift. Huge shift in manifestation. So if you've been being a doo-doo head and you've been sowing seeds of anguish and pain, well then, yeah, you're manifesting a pile of crap. Like, you're manifesting stuff, bad stuff. You're going to call me and say, Cynthia, you never guess what happened. Yeah. Exactly. Right. That's what's going to happen. So if you've been doing the work, and anyone that's on here right now on the live, I know you have. I've witnessed it and watched you. And you may not be farther as far along as you'd like. But if I've gotten to this point, and some of you who have been following me know that months ago, I wasn't really standing in my power. I wasn't on, hold on, I'm sorry, I'm checking my battery. I wasn't on my spiritual path like I am now. You know, I wasn't paying attention. I was afraid of what people would thought, or how do I get there? What do I do? You just have to keep doing the work. And your biggest tool is self-reflection, you know, self-love, and alone time. Alone time. Give yourself the love, or be the parent to yourself, or the partner to yourself that you wish you always had. Give yourself that energy. And a really good way to manifest, by the way, is through masturbation, okay? It really is. I'm dead serious. It brings it fast because it's the energy. But, you know, a lot of times religion has made us feel guilty about learning our body or pleasuring ourselves, but we give so much energy to a partner. No, not anymore. You know, and if you are trying to, okay, so here it is. I say at night to myself, Kelly, I love you so much. You're so perfect just the way you are. I'm so lucky you came into my life. Oh, that's so nice. That's beautiful. It really is. That's beautiful. It's good. That's so good. I've really like, I'll walk past the mirror where I remember when I just started doing, ask me about it. Exactly. Where I just, Renee knows the masturbation manifestation, Kelly. I couldn't look in the mirror. These are my tips to leave you with: how to talk to yourself and nurture yourself. I'm going to start using the mirror like you told me. The mirror is everything. I remember when I just started looking in the mirror and I'm like, ugh. Sorry. No, Kelly, I'm calling you out because you said you want to know how to manifest. When I would look in the mirror, I was like, oh my God, I'm so ugly. I hate this, I that. You know, no. Now I'm like, hey, look at you. Look at you and your beautiful, vulnerable, strong, patient, loving. Yeah, I could go on and on. Like, I wasn't there though. I despised myself. I had no self-worth. Ugh. And that's why I love myself so much now. That's why. So do you guys have anything else to say before I end this live? This was great, by the way. I loved all the feedback. I'm so proud of all of you. I do feel lazy because I don't want to. Housework, what is that? No, that's the bear card. Did you see that card on my page? If you haven't, read that that post. You're welcome. I love you. Read that post, the bear post. It's relax. You'll get a burst of energy. Relax. If you don't have any energy to do anything, don't. Sit with Netflix, get your favorite snack, and watch it. Watch it. You know, you'll have energy again. Like, I'm supposed to be this perfect mom and housekeeper and shit. I hate shit. I just want to read and research and sit. Yeah, well. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, well, you don't have to be a perfect mom. You know, and that's the problem that we as women face. Perfect wife, perfect mom, and keeping all this shit together. The women are amazing. And by the way, if you didn't have a man in your life who valued you and now you love yourself, thank him. And thank God for allowing you the space and opportunity to love yourself. Because when you love yourself, you align with someone who knows how to treat you. Exactly. No such thing as perfect anything, guys. Oh, you're hearing your ex disappointed with you for sitting. So you have to sit with that and kind of talk to yourself like, okay, Kelly, you know that's ridiculous. That was manipulative behavior. Um, you know, it's okay to sit. You are allowed to sit. you know, like you need to be present with yourself. I mean, you get stuff done regardless. With stuff that has to get done, you have to get done. At this point, like, just kind of affirm. Oh yeah, I mean, oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. It is a lot of damage. And you'll have trauma and you'll have PTSD from it and you'll have things that occur. And the best thing I can tell you is to sit with it, allow yourself to feel it, but then affirm what you know the truth is. That that's all bullshit. And now he's sitting in his sorrows and you're sitting on your couch doing research like you want to do. Okay? I do that too, Kelly. I blame myself for getting sick. I heard his voice and smirk. Oh, man. I love you guys, man. Sending you so much love. That's painful. I know. Mm. We made it. It's hard, man. We made it. But allow yourself to feel. I'm going to send you guys I'm going to tag you all. I'm going to get off now cuz my battery's about to die. I'm going to tag you all and you should all follow each other. Like, we're an amazing group of women on here. And if any men watch, thank you. I love you too. But yeah, let's follow each other and encourage each other. I love you guys. This was such a dope live. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for showing up for yourself and coming here and sharing everything. Have a great Sunday, and I'll tag you all and make sure you follow each other and spread the love.